Welcome to Journal Entries. I'm Samantha Hawley, and I work with successful women in business and leadership who are making six figures and tired of their work stress bleeding into their home life. I specialize in the ripple effect, helping you regulate your nervous system so that you can be focused and fulfilled in your career and patient and present at home. If you're ready to leave work at work and choose presence over performance, you are in the right place. Hello, welcome to Journal Entries. Before we dive into today's strategic journaling session, I just have to say, I am so freaking happy right now. I am recording this from my car, and I can't tell you how many times I've attempted to record a podcast from my car, because you know by now that I am basically working remote during this school year, and I'm trying to make this as easy on myself as possible. And so I'm working from my car for client calls, working from the library, from coffee shops and whatnot. But podcasts, you need like a soundproof room, a private setting essentially. But I just get awful service everywhere, even like public Wi-Fi settings and whatnot. And long story not short, last night I Google mapped cell towers in Albion, and I found one, and I'm literally parked right outside of a cell tower, and I finally have what I think is quality service. I don't know how this is going to sound, how it's going to turn out, but I record on Riverside, and it hasn't stopped me yet. So I am here for it. We are going to roll. Oh, I feel like I can exhale. We'll see how it goes. So let's dive in. I wanted to talk today about how nice of weather it's been in October so far. It has been almost 80 degrees here in Western New York, which is unseasonably warm. But just recently, the past couple weeks, it finally went down into like the 50s and 60s during the daytime, sometimes the 30s in the evenings, which is much more expected for this time of year. As soon as it got cooler, it was like a veil lifted for me, and I realized how close we are to the holidays. I don't know if anyone else felt that way, especially if you're local and in the Northeast, it's like the temperature kind of dictates what season you're in. And so for right now, I'm like, all right, I'm wearing my ghost earrings. First it's Halloween in a week or so, and then Thanksgiving, and then Christmas, and then New Year's Eve, and then back to resolutions and intentions for 2026. And I'm both leaning in and excited for the holidays, here for it, but also I'm already feeling stress of all that I want to accomplish or just finish by the end of the year. So if you're feeling that too, that split between wanting to enjoy this holiday season and be present, but also feeling that pressure of it, of all that you want to do, this episode and journaling session is for you. Because there is a pattern that I consistently see with women, like the attendees. Some of you guys might remember last year, I did a free 5-day challenge called Beyond Mom Mode. And the attendees who attended, there was a theme that I noticed with that group of women, which is obviously during the holidays. But this theme also comes up just with my clients and also what I've felt in the past. And what that theme is that we enter the holidays with this vision of connection and presence with, our family and friends and ourselves even. But somewhere between the Halloween candy and New Year's champagne, we end up performing instead, going through the motions, right? Checking the boxes, being there physically for, going to the Christmas tree events and doing things at work and all of the things, but not actually there, not just at work, but also performing through the having it all together with gifts and baking and things like that at home. And then we get to the end and we look back and we're like, wow, that went by so fast. And then we judge ourselves for how much we did or didn't do. Some of you might be feeling attacked right now. And it's exhausting, right? So today we're going to get ahead of it. Today we're journaling through why the holidays feel like that, why they feel like an obligation instead of a celebration, and what that's really about. So let's dig into prompt number one. Prompt number one: who am I trying to be for everyone else during the holidays, both at work and at home? Prompt number two: what would I actually want to do if no one was watching or expecting anything from me? And again, this can be at work or at home, or both. Prompt number three: when did I start feeling like I have to perform my way through family time, or like I can't shut off from work? And prompt number four: let this one sink in before writing. Where else in my life do I stay busy as proof that I'm fine? Great job. What came up for me as we get closer to the holidays is obviously that excitement that I talked about, but a lot of that pressure of all those projects that I want to finish, like I also talked about. And those projects for me are things like I want to finally update landing pages that I've been putting off. I want to do a few more local workshops. And honestly, I want to fill my last few private coaching spots before January because everyone thinks I'll start in January, like the whole new year, new me, fresh start, all of that jargon. But we all know, all of us, even those that say new year, new me, we all know that if we wait, then we're also waiting on feeling better, right? We're waiting on actually embodying the type of person that you want to be until you start making the changes. And the thing that I've noticed about the women that are working with me now, those are the women who are walking into the holidays with clarity instead of dread and with less stress now. And they're setting boundaries without guilt now. They're present at the dinner table. They're leaving work at work instead of mentally running through their to-do list always. And then when January hits, I know that they are going to be so clear on what they want and how to get it when everyone else is just starting to figure that out and set the resolutions. My clients are already living it and embodying it, and they just feel so good, and you can sense that energy from them. And I want to coach women through this season, through this time, not just at the start of the year, which I know will be busy, like for lifestyle coaches and health coaches. And it's just the New Year's is that type of time, right? So with that being said, I do have something exciting that has been on the back burner, and I'm finally bringing it to life. So if you are considering or have considered investing in yourself and you're ready for that and you're ready to feel calmer and more fulfilled now, but you don't want to commit to 4 or 6 months of private coaching with me, which I know that can be a lot upfront, especially when you don't know what to expect. I have now what's called a breakthrough intensive. I'm taking my local breakthrough days and basically taking it virtual. So these intensives are 90 minutes, and this is where we get to the root of why you keep repeating the same patterns of things like performing that we talked about today and journal through, overworking, people pleasing, or even just feeling anxious. Also, we'll work through the beliefs that are driving your overwhelm, which you've probably heard me on my soapbox by now and say that overwhelm is not actually about your to-do list or schedules or boundaries. It's so much deeper than that. And also how to stay more present and feel more present, connected, and whole starting immediately. You don't need to wait 4 or 6 months or a year before feeling that way. You can actually do things that will help you feel that way like instantly. So anyways, that's a little bit about the intensives. And I know that a lot of you want to journal and do this type of reflection work on your own. You may have journaled through the prompts today, maybe not, maybe you saved this episode for another time, but I also get it. Between work and kids and everything else, it's journaling, meaning journaling becomes one more thing on the list. Or you've tried it, meaning journaling, and you get that clarity, and then nothing actually changes. You're still snapping at your kids. You're still dreading Sundays. You're still feeling disconnected, even when you're physically sitting right next to your partner on the couch at night. And it's because you're doing this type of work alone, and that only gets you so far. Just like with health and fitness, you need someone who can hold you accountable, but most importantly, you need someone who can see your blind spots, who can hear what you're saying that you don't even hear or see yourself. And that's what happens in our time together through coaching. We're not just talking about work stress or mom guilt. We're connecting those dots between why you feel unfulfilled at your job and like you're going through the motions and why you can't be present at bedtime. We know you love your kids, right? But why you can't love your time with them and really feel connected with them. Connecting the dots between why you can't delegate at work and why you micromanage at home. Between why you're so successful on paper or building something successful and why you feel so empty inside, even though you have that. And what's crazy is that when we talk about this heavy stuff, your stress levels literally go down. It did, at least for my client who was wearing her Oura ring the day that we were talking about her restructuring her company, delegation, and how to make work less stressful for her. Those were like the main 2 topics of our private client call. And then she sent me a screenshot of her Oura app, and it said that her stress levels were literally restored during that 1 hour of our call, which I truly was like shocked. I didn't even know what an Oura ring was before that, to be honest. But I was like, what? So cool, because these calls aren't just like feel good self-care meditation. We're doing the inner work so that you can then feel better and work on the high level projects that excite you without all of the guilt and fear of disappointment and so much stuff behind it. So if you are feeling that call of like, this does seem like something that I might be interested in, I will include the link for you to learn all about it. So click on the link and take a look, get all of the details, and book one of the spots. Thank you so much for journaling with me today, and I will see you next week. Thanks for joining me for today's journal entry. If something resonated with you, I'd love to know about it. Screenshot this episode, share it on social media, and tag me at samantha.s.says. Or even leave a review, which will help more women find this podcast to create more fulfillment in their career and as a mom. And hey, if you're thinking, I wish I could get more of this, I've got you covered. Click on the link in the show notes, which I customize each week based on what we're talking about. And I always include the link to the Calm Mind Blueprint, which are my 5 journal prompts to go from overwhelm to inner peace in 2 to 10 minutes a day. Subscribe so that you catch my Thursday 5-minute journal with me episodes and next week's full episode where we will continue this journey together. I'll see you then.